Hey, it's Josh or Neon Ghost here, and in this video I'm going to be going through all my current PlayStation 2 games. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, I'll try not to make this video too lengthy, so I don't really want to chat too much nonsense about each game, so I'm going to go through them quickly, and if I feel like sharing anything extra about the game, then I will. Alright, so I kind of grabbed these in alphabetical order, but they're backwards, so the A's will be last, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, first up is X-Men Next Dimension. I had to double check the name there. Yes, I had this as it's a fighting game. I had it since I was a kid. Yeah. Next up is X-Men 2 Wolverine's Revenge. I've heard this one's pretty good. I think Mark Hamill voices Wolverine in this one. I haven't played it yet, but there it is. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. This game has a lot of history to me. This is not my childhood copy or anything. So I don't think I owned this game as a kid. I only played it at a mate's house. But essentially this is the game that introduced me to WWE and pro wrestling. And till this day I still really love it. So yeah. Also the soundtrack is really good in this. It introduced me to 3 Days Grace. Love 3 Days Grace. Really good band. 1X is a good album, goated album. Every song on there's a banger. So listen to it if that's your kind of music. Yeah. Next up is Warhammer Fire Warrior. I don't have much to say about this one. From the little bit I played of it, not very good. But it was Warhammer, so that kind of piqued my interest. Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Goated movie, goated duo, goated game. Wallace and Gromit are the best there ever is, and the best there ever will be. And it's by Konami, so that's kind of, I don't know, it kind of feels a little funny, but Wallace and Gromit. Ultimate Spider-Man. I've always been a big fan of Spider-Man. He's my favorite Marvel character. I'm more of a DC guy, but when it comes to Marvel, Spider-Man's my guy. And this game's pretty good, so Ultimate Spider-Man. The Simpsons Hit and Run. Another classic for the PlayStation 2. I never owned this game as a kid, but I did play it at people's houses occasionally and I always liked it. So of course I had to get it. Yeah. Transformers. Why did... I can't tell if I said that in like the tune of Transformers, or if I'm just playing tricks on myself. But Transformers Armada, I think, is meant to be the proper title of it. But I had this since I was a kid. Red Alert was one of my favorite characters in this game. Even though I like Hotshot because he's sort of like Bumblebee, but something about Red Alert. And the Tidal Wave mission in this game. And the Starscream boss battle soundtrack. If you know, you know. The Sims 2. Another one of my childhood classic games. My brother and I spent hours and hours playing this game. It was like introduction to The Sims. Obviously very different to the PC version, but I still love this one. Sims 2. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Another childhood game. This is sort of a fighter type game. Really fun game though. Anakin's death sound and Count Dooku's noises are kind of funny. Yeah. Also, really great movie and a really great game. I love Revenge of the Sith. Another Star Wars one. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Again, childhood game. Great game. I've been playing this recently on my Steam Deck. Yeah, I just always loved this game. Love Jango Fett. Boba Fett I prefer. But it's always dogs barking when I'm trying to record. So, yeah. Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Next we have Star Wars Battlefront 1 and Star Wars Battlefront 2. Both great games. These are not my childhood copies, even though I do have them somewhere. But yeah, really fun games. If you haven't played them, give them a shot. Second Sight. Yeah, sort of a horror game, I guess. I don't know, something about it just intrigued me, so I bought it. But yeah. Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem. Scooby-Doo Unmasked. And Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. This one in particular is my childhood copy. I used to watch my brother play this a lot. Pretty good game. Resident Evil 4, because of course I needed Resident Evil. I do also have the Steelbook version of this, which you'll probably see later on anyway. But yeah, Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil Code Veronica X. And then Resident Evil Outbreak File 1 and 2. Just because of course I needed them. I want to get as much Resident Evil games as I can, since I am a fan of the franchise. Since the remake of 2, anyway. Yeah, I really like Resident Evil. Medal of Honor Rising Sun. I used to play this at a mate's house, and I remember enjoying it a lot, so I picked up a copy for myself. Lord of the Rings Return of the King, and of course Lord of the Rings Two Towers. Goated movies, goated games. I feel like I'm using the word goated a lot in this video, which I feel like I never use for some reason. But yeah, great games, great movies. Lord of the Rings The Third Age. Now this one is a RPG, not RPG. This one is a turn-based game. Turn-based RPG, maybe? I don't know, but this is a turn-based game, one that I had never heard of when I was a kid. But it's Lord of the Rings, and it's a PlayStation 2, so of course I had to get it. Third Age. We have Killzone 1. I do have 2 and 3 on PS3, which, spoiler alert I guess if you don't already know I have that. But yeah, Killzone 1. Justice League Heroes. Another game from my childhood, love this game. I have a lot of good memories with this game. Ron Perlman was Batman, which I've heard some criticism of him as Batman in this, but I always thought he was really cool. Which, I mean, I like Batman in general all the time anyway. But yeah, Justice League Heroes. 007 Agent Under Fire. Just heard some good things about this game. And I've owned a couple of James Bond games anyway. So I figured I would pick it up. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I mean, this is kind of a classic game for PlayStation 2. I didn't grow up playing any of the GTA games. It wasn't until I was a bit older that I actually played 5. But again, this is a classic for PlayStation 2, so of course I need it for my collection. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. It's another James Bond game, and from what I understand, it's basically if James Bond was a villain, I guess. I haven't properly played it, but yeah. Godzilla Unleashed, another great game from my childhood. Jet Jaguar was my main. I love Jet Jaguar. I don't know why, but I just do. He's awesome. Yeah, Futurama. Another game that I hear is pretty good. And of course I own the Simpsons game and the Family Guy game, so it made sense to get Futurama. I haven't played it yet, but I will. And of course the Family Guy game. This one I have not played. I've played the one on PS3. Not PS3, I have it on 360. But yeah, Family Guy. Evil Dead, A Fistful of Boomstick. When I started collecting for PS2, I don't know if it was was it last year or the year before? I can't even remember. But this is one of the first games I picked up to add to my collection, just because the game trade is close to my house. Yeah. Canis Canem Edit. Am I saying that right? Yes, I am. If you don't know, this is also called Bully on some other consoles, or I guess non-PAL version of the games. But I feel like this is another PS2 classic, so of course I had to get it. Black for PlayStation 2, another game I've heard a lot of cool things about. I've been meaning to actually play it, but I have not. I have a lot of games I've been meaning to play and just haven't. But Black. We have Batman Vengeance, another game I used to play as a kid. This one is not my childhood copy though, since I only owned the disc back in the day. I don't think I've got very far in this at all. Pretty sure I got stuck like very early on. But yeah, Batman Vengeance. Following the trend of Batman, we have Batman Begins, another game I've heard is pretty good, so of course I had to pick it up. And the movie's great as well. Somewhat prefer it more than The Dark Knight, but not quite. Dark Knight's still better. And then we have Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2. Only reason I picked these up was because I'm a fan of Baldur's Gate 3. So I thought it'd be cool to own some Baldur's Gate games on PS2. And there's a co-op as well, which is pretty neat. Yeah. Alright, next up are the PlayStation 2 games that I keep in my glass display. Figured I'd just show them separately because most of them are horror games. Actually, they're all horror games. Yeah. First up, we have Silent Hill 2. Mine is not in mint condition, of course, but it's one that I've wanted to add to my collection for a while. And I got it recently. But yeah, Silent Hill 2. We have Piglet's Big Game. This is a game that went up in value quite a bit because there's one level in this game that gives off like Silent Hill vibes, which is kind of funny. Plus, you know, I grew up watching Winnie the Pooh anyway. But yeah, Piglet's Big Game. We have The Thing, of course based on the John Carpenter movie. And I've heard this is a very good game as well. I haven't given it a shot yet, but I'm looking forward to it. We have Rule of Rose. This is quite a rare and expensive PlayStation 2 game, but of course it was one that I was definitely interested in adding to the collection. So Rule of Rose. Silent Hill 2 again, but this one is the Japanese version of the game that I picked up when I was in Japan, which I'm sure everyone's sick of hearing that by now. But yeah, Silent Hill 2. We have Manhunt, a game that I believe is still technically banned in Australia in terms of like stores can't sell it, which is why of course it's not the Australian version. But Manhunt. We have Forbidden Siren. Again, this is the Japanese version of the game. I don't own the PAL version, which I'm not in a huge rush to get at this point in time. But yeah. And then last we have Resident Evil 4. This is the Steelbook version of the game, which I just displayed next to my Leon Kennedy statue figure thing, which I pointed to as if you guys can see that. Yeah. Alright, that wraps it up for this video. Hopefully it didn't go on for too long. Even though I don't mind lengthier videos, I just kind of feel like they're a bit easier to digest and edit, I guess. Yeah, those are my current PlayStation 2 games. Technically I do have more lying around, but those are the games that I display and that I consider to be, I guess, part of my current collection. I don't know if that really makes sense. Anyway, if you liked the video, please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for the next video. I'm not sure when or what that will be. I don't exactly have a schedule. I do really need to get these out more often. But yeah, enough rambling on from me. Goodbye.